Welcome to the Secondary Writing Webinar Series, The Power of Writing. This series is designed to help secondary teachers utilize some best practices to improve the writing instruction in their classroom. Your commitment to learning is evident today by your attendance. This brief overview will give you some insight into the webinars and its contents. Writing is a complex task that involves the use and coordination of many cognitive processes. Due to its complexities, many students find writing challenging, and many teachers struggle to find methods to effectively teach the skill. Our hope is that this webinar series will alleviate some of your concerns and give you some concrete ideas based on best practices. This series consists of 5 20 to 30-minute webinars designed to support you and the writers in your classroom. Evidence-based practices for teaching writing include providing models of good writing, using the process writing approach, involving students in pre-writing activities, and teaching strategies for planning, revising, and editing. This is hardly all the current theory and research on teaching writing. However, it is a good starting place. Writing is a process, a recursive process, and we can learn a great deal about our own writing from mentors and models. The first webinar will share some ways to get students to write as painlessly as possible for both you and them. Students become better writers by writing. The goal of this webinar is to give you an overview of why, what it can look like in your classroom, how it might work, and hopefully dispel some misconceptions and provide some teaching strategies. Webinar 2 focuses on pre-writing to drafting, while also incorporating some effective writing strategies. This webinar will not only give some steps to help students started in the writing process, but also provide some concrete examples that can be used at the secondary level. The third webinar in this series is designed to give a little more in-depth look at different types of writing required for students. This session will focus on the different types of writing, appropriate tasks per level, the writing process, as well as some 21st literacy and digital resources. Webinar 4 will be focusing on editing, revising, and feedback. The roles and specifics of each area will be discussed, as well as some common misconceptions. Concrete ideas will be provided for you to use in your classroom. The fifth and final webinar deals with writing across all subject areas, as well as the vocabulary tiers. This webinar discusses some common issues and gives some practical tips and appropriate tasks. Writers need motivation, models, and mentors. They also need to learn to support and elaborate their ideas in their own unique voice through the writing process. Writing takes time, and good writing requires revising ideas and drafts to be both coherent and engaging. So join us on this journey. We want secondary students to see writing as a way for them to have a strong voice and show that writing can help fight battles and create a path to the future. The pen has become the sword, and we want our secondary students to have all of their arsenal ready.